Hello, religion thinkers. Is religion a final truth or just a practical means of living? A light and hope that gives faith and inspiration for our lives? These and other questions I explore on this channel, the meaning of religion. Now, I like to think about things at their extremes. Today we'll explore the Buddha versus Genghis Khan. Wow, now there's a matchup for you. Let's first do a very brief review. The Buddha was a prince from North India, Nepal, who renounced his kingdom and founded the religion of Buddhism. He turned away from wealth and power and lived around the 5th to 6th century BCE. Genghis Khan was first known as the warrior Temujin. He lived 1,500 years after the Buddha, from 1162 to 1227 CE. The Mongol dynasty that he founded was the largest empire of our civilization. Genghis Khan embraced the life of the king and the warrior, which the Buddha had rejected. If the two men had ever met, they would have repudiated the very basis and foundation that was at the core of the other man's life. The Buddha would have said that Genghis was mired in passions for power and battle. Genghis might have said that the Buddha's choice had made him irrelevant to empire building, to civilization itself. So which person was more influential? Was Buddha or Genghis Khan more important to the history of Asia and the world? Ironically, both men may have served an important function in our world. Who can deny that the interior, reflective life which the Buddha focused upon was not important to millions of people? Who can also deny that the life of Genghis Khan, the greatest empire builder and warrior our world has ever known, was not hugely significant? Now, fans of the Buddha, Buddhists themselves, might argue that Genghis Khan's empire collapsed within a few centuries of his life, while the wisdom of the Buddha remains eternal and endures to this day. Yet scholar Jack Weatherford has argued that Genghis Khan introduced major reforms, linking civilization together and promoting religious freedom and unity where it had not existed before. Wow, now that's pretty important too. So let's give you a few spicy details of each man's life. The Buddha was married, had a wife, Yasodhara, and a child, Rahula, which means fetter. Maybe he wasn't too happy about being a dad. After seeing 4 significant sights, including old age, sickness, death, and the monastic escape from life's pain, he decided to renounce his kingdom, leaving his wife and child, and to seek enlightenment. This fulfilled the prophecy that was told about him, that he would be a great world conqueror, a Chakravartin, or he would renounce that and discover a new religious order, a new dharma. In choosing religion over conquest, he basically rejected the choice that Temujin, in other words Genghis Khan, would make centuries later. Now let's cut to Temujin. He had much humbler roots. He was not born a king, and in fact he was once ostracized by his own people. In a desperate moment of crisis, Temujin killed his half-brother Begtar with a bow and arrow. He had the help of Begtar's own brother Kasar, and this eliminated the threat to Temujin that Begtar was about to take over the family. Want to know more? I'll give a brief plug for Jack Weatherford's book here. Not only did Temujin do this, but he later was forced to kill his blood brother Jamuka when Jamuka had turned against him. So was Temujin a ruthless killer? Well, he wasn't a frog on a lily pad. Doubtless, if he had listened to the wisdom of the Buddha, the young Temujin would never have chosen the path of war and conquest that he did. Yet Genghis did unite the Mongol people and had many steadfast and loyal generals. So his life was not completely about ruthlessness and just savage warfare. Yes, there was a lot of that indeed. But if he had not been able to build the alliances that he did, he would not have achieved the military success that he did, the empire building. By the time of his death in 1227, one might argue that he had become the great warrior king that the Buddha had in fact rejected over a millennium and a half ago, and perhaps the greatest warrior king of all time. So who is better? Who is more significant? The paradoxical answer is both men had a huge impact. The Mongol conquests that followed spilled into China and also overcame the great Muslim Abbasid dynasty, sacking Baghdad in 1258. Now, these Mongol warriors had no infantry. They moved with lightning swiftness on their horses, using tactics of chaos and coercion that really left their foes in ruins. Buddha gave the world a way of believing, hoping, and escaping the turmoil and tragedy that can so often pull at our heartstrings. The Buddha showed the way of enlightenment that still influences hundreds of millions of people today. Yet the two men, had they ever met, might well have been disgusted, or at least very estranged and alienated, from the choice that the other man thought was so essential. Strange, but true. So, that's it for today, religion thinkers. Please like and subscribe, and look for more videos.